Hey guys, what's going on? So, I know you've all been waiting for my newest Yu-Gi-Oh video. So lately I've just been doing all the Axiom Verge stuff. I've been wanting to get all that stuff out because I know it's just really cool to watch that. It's cool to play it, all that. But I'm not talking about Axiom Verge today. Today I'm talking about the Crawler deck. So this is a new Link deck, and basically, it's gonna be like the Shaddolls of this series. They all have these flip effects going for them, and if they're sent to the grave or leave the field because of an opponent's effect, they all can take two crawlers, different names from your deck, and special summon them face down. So they're really cool. They have really good effects. They just have a lot going for them. So all the monsters are going to have that same effect where they're going to summon two from the deck if they leave the field because of the opponent. Alright, so the flip effects, though, are all different. So Axon is going to destroy one spell or trap. This is really good because the deck is spammy. It brings your monsters back a lot, so there's a lot of times where you're just going to be flipping Axon, setting another one from anywhere, flipping it again on the next turn. Just really good card. Next is Glia. This one takes a crawler from your hand or graveyard and can either special summon it in attack position or you'll special summon it face down. So since it can target graveyard in attack position, I'm pretty sure it can special summon back your Link monsters. So that's pretty useful, as well as setting up your future turns. Next is Ranveer. This card's really good. I had it at 2 before when I was testing out this one called Dendrite, but I eventually decided that Dendrite's not really good for this deck. What Dendrite did is just sends one monster from the deck to the grave, and that doesn't help this deck at all. Every archetype's always going to have that one card that you're just never going to use, and it was Dendrite. So Ranveer is really good. So it's going to take 2 crawlers from your grave and can add them to your hand. So it doesn't sound good at first, but with your links, you're going to be going through them a lot with this deck. So it's good for sending them back to your extra deck. It's good for adding things back to your hand. If you want Axon back, if you want Glia, if you want anything back, you can just get back. It's a good card. Next is Receptor. So it's just going to take crawler from your deck and add to your hand. Pretty simple. And it's a good card. I like it. So next is Spine. You can target a monster on the field, destroy it. So Axon, it's just something that you're going to be you're going to be using it a lot because you're just going to be going between your grave, your deck, your hand. You're going to be doing a lot of recycling your resources with this deck. Then next I put in Fire Hand and Ice Hand. It's a really nice mix-up in this deck because your opponent's going to be trying to get rid of these monsters. If they let these things stay on the field, they're in for a lot of trouble. So they're going to always be trying to get rid of these guys. So what they're not going to be expecting is for Fire Hand and Ice Hand to be set instead of one of these. It's such a good mix-up because your opponent's going to have to now be they're going to have to think, am I attacking into a crawler or am I attacking into something that's going to destroy something off my field? Which is the same problem they have to think about with Spine and Axon, I guess. But now we're doubling that with Fire Hand and Ice Hand. So they have to constantly be on their guard and what am I attacking into now? Next is Mimiclay. This card finally has a really good purpose. So you target a level 2 or lower, and all these guys are level 2s, just so you guys know. And then you special summon one monster with the same name in defense, but you have to banish it when it leaves the field. So to get around that, you can use it as XE material, but if you don't really care about having one less crawler out of 3, then you can still make links with it. Then there's Multiplication of the Ants. This card's been around for ages, and it's just never been good. It's always been bad. This deck makes it insane. You summon a crawler, you use this, you have a free link. So you get an Earth insect. So that opens up your options to be Synapsis or Norgos. It also lets you make Mysis Radiant. And technically, if you have your board set up right, you can get into Firewall Dragon. If you play Link Spider, Proxy Dragon, you have those options too. Like, this card is just so good. It's crazy. Next is they have their own field spell, Shadows Creeping on the World Legacy. So they all get 300 attack and defense. You can special summon a level 2 or lower insect from your hand, either face up or face down defense position. Really good, really simple. So that's basically getting you 2 crawlers per turn, or you can get 1 crawler and set a hand. Like it gives you a lot of options. And then, if a flip monster you control destroys a battle, you send your opponent's monster to the grave. So again, another really simple, really powerful effect. It's a really good field spell. Next, I'm playing 1 Terraforming. I'm only playing 1 because there's just so much good things going for this deck that it can play without the field spell. And most of the time, since it's at 3, you will still see the field spell. And with how often this deck just like goes through and just searches, it just adds, it's doing so much, you'll see the field spell really early every game. 3 Verdant Sanctuary. So this is another search card. Whenever a face-up insect is destroyed, sent to the grave, you take 1 insect with the same level, add to your hand. Simple effect. They stack, so like if you have more than 1 on the field and an insect gets destroyed, you're searching 2 more. Really good. Next is Wormbait. So it's basically like Multiplication of the Ants, except it's slightly better in this deck. So with this, you can't special summon level 3 or 4, and that does not matter in this deck at all. Like, let's make a point. This effect means nothing in this deck. Like, sure, there's the fire and ice, but you're setting them. Like, this card is so good. And you don't have to tribute your insect either, like with multiplication. So you get 2 earth insects for free. Finally, Legacy of the World Legacy Puppet. So this is their own trap card. You can flip a face-down monster face-up in attack or defense once per turn. So that's your turn and your opponent's, of course. And then the next effect is you can shuffle 1 crawler from your grave. Then you target a face-up monster you control, and you set it. So you can only use 1 effect once per turn. So you have to choose between one or the other every turn. I think the first effect is mostly going to be the one that you're going to use. Like, for example, if you have Receptor set on your opponent's turn, and you flip this, flip that, search. So, like, there's a lot going for it. You can flip Spine on your opponent's turn, you can flip anything on your opponent's turn. Let's just put it that way. So, in the side deck, I was looking at Spider's Lair earlier. I was playing it before I noticed Wormbait. I think it's an interesting side option. So what it does is you select a face-up insect, and then while this card's on the field, if an opponent battles that monster, their monster goes to defense, and it cannot change battle position as long as the lair's on the field. So it's an interesting card. I don't know if there's any room for it in the deck, but it's still interesting, something to consider. Now in the extra deck is Exocrawler Norgos, Exocrawler Qualiarch, and Exocrawler Synapsis. So they all have the same effect as the air crawlers, except it's slightly modified to make them better. So whenever they leave the field, no matter what's happened to them, even if it's like, it can still be destroyed by battle. Like, these crawlers have to leave because of an effect, while these guys can leave because of battle. So first is Norgos. So every crawler that Norgos points to gains 300 attack and defense, and it doubles all their battle damage, I believe. Yes, it does. So next is Quality Arc. This is like the best monster in the deck. It's such a good card. You can have up to like 2,600 attack on this guy, and he floats. So let's like he floats and has 2,600 attack. Huge threat. If you have 2 or more, counting itself, it gains 3. All monsters you control will gain 300 attack. So when I say 2 or more, I mean 2 or more crawlers. So counting itself and 1 other crawler, it'll get that first effect. So then the next effect, if it's 4 or more, your opponent can't activate effects in the battle phase. When I was testing this deck, I was actually in a mirror match, and this effect was very helpful for stopping my opponent's monsters from floating. Like, that's the main thing to this deck. Finally, 6 or more, meaning you have 5 crawlers on the field in the main monster zone, and then you have Quality Arc in your extra deck monster zone. So it can attack directly. Next is Synapsis. It's basically the same as Norogas, but changes the inflicting double damage into 2 attacks instead. You're usually going to go Norogas instead, because, like, it's just an overall better card, and it's easier to get into, I think. Alright, so next is 2 Firewall Dragons, kind of just like a generic choice to go with. 2 Mysis Radiant. I haven't discussed this in any of my previous videos. It's plus 500 attack and defense for all Earth monsters. All win lose 400. And then if this card is destroyed for any reason, you take an Earth monster from your grave and add it to your hand. So it's an alright card. I haven't gone into it yet, because there's better options, but it's an option that you have. Then there's number 45. Oh, I can't even read that text. Really small. But you detach material, target a monster. While it's on the field, all of its effects are negated. Plus, your opponent can't, neither player can use cards with the same name or effects. None of that. Then there's Sky Cavalier. When it attacks, you detach material. Whatever attacks can get sent back into your opponent's hand. Really simple. And then finally, Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin. So this is just detach material, and then whatever monster it targets, its attack will become 0 and has its effects negated. So this is pretty nice. I like this card. So this is the deck in general. I've tested it in a couple games, and I found it to just be like, it's not aggressive. Its win con is basically to wear the opponent down and just like until there's like going through all their resources trying to do something to you, but they can't because everything just floats and floats and floats, and you get more and more monsters over and over again. It's such a good deck. I really enjoy this deck a lot. When new support comes out, I'll probably have more deck lists for this. So, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel. You can also like the Facebook page now that that's up. And, yeah, that's about it. So I'm looking for a new game to play, by the way, everyone. So if you have a new game to suggest, since Axiom Verge is over, then make sure to suggest it to me. And, yeah, that's about it then, guys. So, all the remaining Axiom Verge Twitch streams, all the recordings from that should be up sometime soon. So make sure to look for those. And I'm going to call it a day. Until next time, guys.